Hey, what's up? This your boy Big Man. You already know what it is, man. So let's get right to it. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about Casanova two times. Now, Casanova two times has been having a rough situation with this whole locked up and in jail and Fed case, RICO case that he's got going down. Now, for those of you who don't know or haven't been keeping track, Casanova got locked up with 18 other alleged gang members in a racketeering charge that was a federal indictment. He was named as one of the key suspects in it, and it was for this organization that's called like the Untouchable Gorilla Stone Nation or something like that. And they listed Caswell Sr., aka Casanova, as one of the members. And they also made it seem like he was one of the folks calling shots for the organization. Now, when the indictment came down, things went downhill quickly for Casanova. It just looked like a real sad story. And I am not trying to, put on for Casanova and make it seem like, he had nothing to do with this or somebody's going against him or setting him up or anything like that. I don't know the specifics on that end. What I do know are all the details that have leaked since he's been incarcerated, and none of them have been good. With this organization, there was actually a murder attached. They're alleging that Casanova was supplying the organization with money due to his sale of illicit substances and stuff like that. So it's been crazy, man. It's been a wild ride to say the least. Now, Casanova has been denied bail, and after he got denied bail, it looked like, it got real bad for him, man. It seemed like things even got worse because all the posts that he's made on social media since have really seemed like a cry for help or, feel like something to put out there to let his folks know that he needs some help or some support on their end. Now, before we get into the specific of all these posts that he's made and talk a little bit about more of the updates on the case, do me a favor. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. And, man, let's get it. Okay, now that we got that out of the way, man, let's talk about Casanova two-time situation for real. Now, they say pressure busts pipes, and, man, when you're under the type of pressure that Casanova two times is under, I doubt that sentiment loses any type of its effect on what he's going through. Now, to be honest, Casanova has seemed like he's been standing tall and trying his best just to get back out, just to get in a situation where he can fight this from the streets, but his bond has been denied. And, they've gone as far as putting together bond packages, including like all his properties and including a lot of other things, just to make sure that he could try to get a fair shot at getting out, and none of that was successful. Now, since then, Casanova's ran into a little bit of trouble. Now, he got in trouble while he was locked up for posting a video where he was doing a dance, man. It seemed like something small, but, man, I guess there's rules against that in the facility that he's at. You can't really take videos from the visiting room and post any videos or anything like that, which is kind of weird, man, to be honest, man. But the facility that he was at, they basically went on a media campaign and let it be known that he would be disciplined for that behavior, right? Now, since then, Casanova's name has been coming up in several news articles related to this case, man. It's been really interesting. I've covered just about each and every topic or headline that dropped because they've been filled with a lot of information that a lot of people probably wouldn't have known. Like in this indictment, they talked about the fact that there was supposed to be another shooting or something like that. Like there was supposed to be a shooting that took place down in Miami that was connected to Casanova. Just a whole bunch of different stuff, man. And it's been really interesting to say the least. And it sucks because Casanova, it's all having a detrimental effect on his case. It seems like that, right? Now, lately, Casanova has been lashing out on social media. Now, when I say lashing out, I don't mean that he's going at anybody particular, but since his bail got denied, it seems like a lot of his posts have been actually negative, man. So the first post that he made came just a couple of weeks ago, or maybe even just a week ago, and it said this. Now, in the post, Casanova said this. He said, "I always told myself I was never going back to jail. Since I'm innocent, I turned myself in. What would you have done if you was in my shoes? Question marks. Comment below." And basically, man, put that post on social media in his story, and he included it on his main page on his social media account. And just letting people know his view of things, how it went down, man, when he turned himself in, and his logic behind doing that. Now, to be honest, this seems like very honest and very transparent, man. Like he's sharing a lot here in this post. He's letting folks know that his back was against the wall. He feels like he's innocent. And if you feel like you're innocent, what was he supposed to do? Go on the run? Nah, man. He said, forget that. I'm gonna go ahead and turn myself in and fight these charges. Now, everybody knows about the rumors about the Fed's conviction rate. So for him to just say, forget it, I'm gonna face up and fight it instead of go on the run, that lets you know that he truly believes that he's innocent, or what they're charging him with isn't something that, he feels like he did. Now, to be honest, the charges against Casanova are very broad, man. So what they're bringing him in for, man, it's going to be a fight, it seems like, on his lawyer's behalf, but it also seems like it's going to be a fight on their behalf to prove all that. Because, once you look at everything, it doesn't seem like they're saying that Casanova did anything specifically when it comes to like the more egregious crimes, like the shooting and all that stuff. You know what I mean? Now, most recently, Casanova took to social media just last night, and he made a post that let you know even more and was even more transparent about his feelings and his condition that he's in right now. Now, in this post, he's being way more direct, and he's letting his folks know that if they ain't looking out, they ain't looking out. Now, this is what he said verbatim, or excuse me, I should say, I'm going to paraphrase it because he uses some language that we can't use on this platform. Now, Casanova said this. He said, if you ain't send me no money or check in on me, and you supposedly my mans, you could kick rocks, exclamation points, double exclamation points, double exclamation points. And that goes for anybody. So basically, there's some type of internal strife between him and his camp, obviously. Because some cats who he feeling are his homeboys, they haven't even checked on him or anything like that or put any money on his books. Now, Casanova is in a weird predicament, man. Because if you guys remember, if you haven't checked out my other videos, please check them out. Because there's so many details in this that, I covered week to week, from all the documents from the court, from the headlines in the courts. Man, it gets deep. It gets real deep. But basically, they were monitoring their phones. Their phones were already being monitored. When they grabbed one of the guys, his phone, they had all his text messages and everything. So for somebody to get in contact with Casanova, man, they're putting their freedom and their safety on the line, because it's easy for them to say, yo, this person right here is actually working with Casanova to cover up something or doing this, even if that's not their intentions. So you kind of got to shoot his homeboy some bail, man. Like, you're under a federal indictment, and they can't just be calling you on the phone like that, bro. They're obviously going to be listening to your phones. And somebody, especially if they're innocent, they don't want to get wrapped up in all that. Now, sending them money and putting money on his books, I don't know how that works when it comes to something federal like this. It seems like that could be complicated too, but maybe not. I don't know, man. Maybe I'm shooting him too much bail in that situation. But you got to realize that Casanova is definitely in a situation that's very precarious, and his folks got to step lightly to make sure they don't get wrapped up in this indictment, even if they down for him for the most part, man. And that kind of sucks, because he probably got people who really, really want to reach out, but there's a barrier there to where, they got to limit their communication. Now, what do you guys think, man? Do you think Casanova should be sounding off and calling out his homeboys if they're not reaching out to him due to his situation? Or am I shooting them too much bail and they should be trying to look out for him because he was allegedly looking out for them? Now, with that, this has been your boy Big Man. Please hit that like button. Please hit that subscribe button. And make sure you hit that notification bell so that way you get a notification every time I drop this hot content. And we out of here. Peace.